city's alive. Clock strikes 12. We're ready to dive down the street where the neon hums. Our little escape. The workday succumbs. Tables wait. The bar's got that swing. Glasses clink. Hear the ice cubes sing. Liquid lunch. Pour it smooth. Let it flow. Friends round the table where the good times grow. Raise a glass. Let the worries slip away. Liquid lunch. We're living for today. There's Troy laughing with his gin and a grin, telling stories about where he's been. Boomer's got whiskey, he's loosening his tie, chasing dreams under a midday sky. The bartender knows us, he's mixing with flair. Every sip's a moment we're happy to share. Liquid lunch, pour it smooth, let it flow. Friends round the table where the good times grow. Raise a glass, let the worries slip away. Liquid lunch, we're living for today. The clock don't matter, we're lost in the vibe. Jazz in the air, feel the soul come alive. From martinis to bourbon, we're riding the wave. Stealing this hour, it's the freedom we crave. The sun's still shining, but we're in our zone. This bar's our shelter, our temporary home. One more round before the world calls us back. Savor the moment, keep the blues in the rack. We'll laugh and we'll toast till the afternoon fades. Memories made in these liquid escapades. Liquid lunch, pour it smooth, let it flow. Friends round the table where the good times grow. Raise a glass, let the worries slip away. Liquid lunch, we're living for today. So here's to the daylight, the drinks and the fun. Our liquid lunch, till the next one comes. With a wink and a smile, we'll be back real soon. Chasing that jazz under the high noon.
Salute and happy Tuesday. Welcome back to Liquid Lunch, as Big Al calls you, Liquid Lunchers. So glad to see you all here today. Yes, it is Tuesday. It is a brisk, let's see, what is the temperature here? Oh, we went above freezing. We're at 35 degrees here in the Chicagoland area. How cool is that? But it's still pretty chilly. Pretty chilly. Let me say hi to all of you in the chat, starting with the lovely Netter of Netter's Network here to call me the love of her life because she is, without a doubt, the love of mine. Big Al of Big Al Presents says, happy Tuesday, Liquid Lunchers. See, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? Have a great show, Troy. Currently experiencing a very nice buzz from a piece of cake. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, that one was a bit of a surprise there. So much for being a little bit warmer. It is absolutely still chilly. Are you enjoying that? I'm guessing if you're getting a buzz from it, it's a boozy fruit cake. Am I right? I hope you're enjoying it, my friend. Netter says, like, share, subscribe, become a member, leave a comment, gift a membership. Yes, because as she notes, we are trying to reach 100 members by the end of the year. That is our membership goal. And guys, I gotta tell you, I'm losing ground. I was much closer. I was within about 20 members. Now I need about 30 members to reach that 100 members. We are losing ground, guys, and I can't do this without your help. Guys, get the word out. These two goals go hand in hand. 2,000 subscribers would definitely help. Would definitely throw the seeds out there for new memberships. If I could get to 2,000 subscribers, maybe, a small portion of them decide to become members. So make sure you get your friends in here. Make sure you tell them. Just hit that subscribe button. Just go check out the channel. If you're enjoying it, hit the subscribe button. Because guys, it's just not happening. It's just not happening, and I'm losing faith. I am absolutely losing faith. Welcome, Connie Cleary, the Birdwoman of YouTube and Fluff Chick Productions. Talk about faith. Always faithful. Blue Wrench. Welcome. Real Wade Nation Gaming Clips says, hey, Troy, see you tonight. Yes, I will be joining Real Wade Nation Gaming Clips tonight for about an hour. From about 6 to 7 Central Time. He's going to be doing some gaming, and I'm going to go hang out with him for a little bit. Looking forward to seeing what he's playing today. So, of course, once I see the stream go up, I will share that out on the community tab, so keep an eye out for that. Nate, like, share, subscribe, comment, and become a member. And if you were going to give a super chat of $5 or more, why not gift a membership instead? And make our family grow, please. It seems like our family is contracting, and we want it to grow, especially at the holiday season. Jonathan Conroy says, hail all, smash the like button, and enjoy the show. Yes, please do. I hope you do enjoy the show. Where I am, it's 38 degrees, which is the high of the day, predicted to be 39. Yeah. Means it probably goes down as the sun goes down, I would imagine. It will be on Rumble, yes, because we are starting to see more and more that it is the outlet of freedom, less concern about the Google overlords over there. Okay. I won't be able to share it until after the stream because obviously I'm a little busy at the moment. But thank you very much for that, Wade. Here's the link, but again, I can't do anything with it until after the stream. So make sure you guys join us tonight over on his channel. And there you go. So today is Tuesday Talk, where I want to hear the talk really from you. I want to talk about the things you want to talk about. I want to hear what your thoughts are. What is the acronym? AMA, Ask Me Anything. Look at this. Geek Flag with Nate Knows. Truly trying to live the dream. He puts his money where his mouth is, kind of quite literally. He is gifting a membership. That has gone to the Potawatomi. Welcome back to membership, Potawatomi. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, wow. He gave another one. He gave another gifted membership, which went to some YouTube royalty here. Jonas J. Campbell, who I'm hoping to hang out with in person once again in March at MegaCon in Florida. So that just reminds me, if you are going to be in Florida in the latter half of March of 2026, you don't necessarily have to go to MegaCon. There will definitely be meetups at the con, around the con, probably at Universal Epic Universe. So I would love to be able to meet and shake hands with you guys. I really would. Yes, I cannot express my appreciation enough, Nate. Nate is incredibly generous, and honestly, that's what it is about. It's community. It's not just me. It's not just my channel. It's you and your channel, and it's more a community than it is a one. I call it a one man show because I do all the work, behind the scenes, but really it's definitely a team effort. It really is. I super appreciate every single one of you, my friends. Anyway, so what do we want to talk about today? We got a lot going on in the news. I'm hearing a lot of rumors. I'm hearing a lot of speculations about some things. Looks like we have some updates on an article that Boomer and I talked about on Sunday regarding Disney and their AI chicanery. There's a new video up by Star Wars Theory, as you probably know. He is a real Star Wars fan who has really struggled, like we all have, with a lot of the issues stemming from the Disney takeover. He was working on a fan film that Disney has been fighting tooth and nail to keep him from releasing and finishing. And now Disney is going after. You're going to see headlines saying that Disney is going after anyone who puts up AI generated fan films related to Star Wars or any other Disney property. That's not the whole truth. They're literally going after anyone that uses tools like Google's AI generating program. If you specifically use Sora, you're probably going to be okay. And especially if it's also like live action, really filmed, special effects made by computer graphics, Photoshop stuff, things like that. Your own, fan, old fashioned fan made type films, you're probably going to be okay. It has less to do with trying to shut down the use of their IPs, although they're using that as the cudgel. They are specifically looking for you to use Sora because it is Sora to whom they have licensed those characters of theirs. So in other words, they want a piece of the profit. And I suppose from a certain point of view, I kind of understand it. I mean, yes, I understand protecting your brand, so on and so forth. I think my real problem comes from the fact that most of what's getting shut down isn't, like really good fan films. The big channels that are doing really good fan films, the ones that I've been sharing over on my MeWe group, they're not getting shut down. Possibly because they're using Sora and they're following the rules and stuff. What's getting shut down is all the parody stuff, the stuff that really ought to be covered by fair use. Here's where fair use law and copyright law and so forth really butts up against the spirit of these laws. So the idea behind copyright, right, and trademark and so forth is supposed to be that you have a right to your intellectual property and no one else is allowed to profit from it. But that doesn't mean you own everything around it, right? So the famous one being, you own Luke Skywalker, you own the term lightsaber. You don't own the concept of a magical space wizard with a light sword or a laser sword. Okay? these are not things that you can trademark. You can trademark names, very specific logos, very specific likenesses. You can copyright a story, right? You can trademark, like I said, names, concepts, but you can't copyright, you could copyright the Force. You can't copyright magic. You can't, copyright telekinesis, things like that. So, that being said, parody is always acceptable because you're also not allowed to trample all over First Amendment rights. So what South Park does, what Family Guy does, The Simpsons, so the whole joke about Sherry Bobbins, and he starts to say Mary Poppins, wait, you want to get sued? That's the joke, but they can't get sued because that is very, very clearly parody. And these humorous Star Wars videos out there are parody, but how do you protect your free speech rights? It's going to cost you money that you are not going to get recouped, because it's not like you're making money off of these parody videos in any real sense. And that's what these big companies count on. They count on the fact that they have deep pockets. You can't go up against them. They'll shut you down. This is why the concept of class action suits happen, because no one person can afford to go up against these companies. So they all get together, and they're not, guys, class action lawsuits are not to get a class of people large sums of money. That doesn't work, because that money gets split up between them, and a multi-million-dollar case, you end up getting $1.250, when it's all divided up. It's not about the money when you're doing a class action suit. It's really about fighting for your rights, and it shouldn't be that way, but we have allowed money to outweigh justice. And that's just the way it works, which is exactly how you end up with people hating big companies. And it pushes us towards classism, which gets people thinking in very socialistic kind of mindsets. It's an ugly, slippery slope. So anyway, I've totally gotten off on a poli-sci lesson here when I was really just talking about what's going on with Star Wars. I think I'm going to share this. And again, this is Tuesday thoughts. I'd really rather be talking about what you guys would like to talk about. So I'm just going to babble on. I would rather be talking about the things you would like to be talking about. But let me go ahead and share my screen. We don't need sound. Share. Let me share. There we go. This is interesting. Anyone who remembers what Animal Farm is? Animal Farm gets ideological rewrite as new film blames capitalism instead of communism. So, you know what? Before I start, talking, let me let the article do the talking for us. This comes to us from That Park Place, Marvin Montanaro. Again, as I always say, an excellent writer and a wonderful person that I met in person last year at MegaCon. A new animated adaptation of George Orwell's Animal Farm is drawing fierce backlash after it was revealed the film shifts the story's core message away from communism and towards a critique of capitalism. The controversy has ignited a broader debate over Hollywood's growing habit of rewriting classic literature to fit modern ideological preferences rather than honoring original intent. The film, directed by Andy Serkis, takes Orwell's and see. I like Andy Serkis. I don't want to not like Andy Serkis. I'm getting tired of this. And there was a unscripted that Deleted Scenes did a while back that I'm not going to say was anything particularly new to me. He was saying a lot of the things I was feeling, but I feel very strongly. I am no longer supporting the entertainment industry, specifically people that do this kind of stupidity. I will not see certain movies with certain actors in them any longer. Period. Full stop. I will not go to the theater. I will not spend my money. There was an actress that we talked about on Sunday who came out with her stupid BS again, and I said, "Well, that's fine." She said, "I will not apologize for the things I said about." I'm not even going to repeat the things she said, and I'm like, "That's fine. I will not apologize for never seeing any of her movies again." And her whole industry cannot afford to push people away, any people away. They are struggling as it is, and they are finding ways to make sure less people want to come see their movies. Anyway, I may never see an Andy Serkis movie again, depending on how this goes. Takes Orwell's famously bleak political allegory and reshapes it into a family-friendly animated feature complete with slapstick humor, futuristic elements, and most controversially, a hopeful ending. For many readers and longtime fans of the novel, that change represents more than creative license. It represents a fundamental, he says, misunderstanding of what Animal Farm was written to warn against in the first place. I see a willful misinterpretation, not misunderstanding. First published in 1945, Animal Farm was Orwell's scathing allegory of the Russian Revolution and the rise of Soviet totalitarianism. And with retrospect being 2020, we have since then seen the fall of the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union no longer exists. Let me be very clear with you. The Soviet Union does not exist any longer. People are still operating as though that country called Russia is still the Soviet Union. It is fundamentally different. Its economic theory is fundamentally different. Its goals are fundamentally different from the Soviet Union. And yet we are still acting as though they are the evil empire of the 1980s. If you don't, I'm tired of quoting Santayana. If you don't know your history, you're destined to repeat it. People don't even understand what's going on now, let alone history. I digress. The animals overthrow their human owners in the name of equality, only to watch the pigs become even more oppressive than the humans they replaced. The story was not ambiguous. Orwell was critiquing how revolutionary movements rooted in collectivist ideologies inevitably collapse into corruption, propaganda, and authoritarian control. The pig was not misunderstood heroes. They were the point. The clarity is precisely what critics argue has been lost in the adaptation. Rather than focusing on the pig's abuse of power in the new film, the new film reframes the central conflict around capitalism itself. The animals are now depicted fighting to save their farm from corporate exploitation, represented by a new human antagonist named Frida. Frida is portrayed as a greedy businesswoman attempting to seize control of the farm for profit. The character is voiced by Glenn Close and is explicitly positioned as the story's true villain, replacing the original novel's focus on internal tyranny. This shift has not gone unnoticed. Viewers reacting to the trailer online have pointed out that the story now appears to suggest communism, in quotes, works, close quotes, at least until capitalism interferes. For many, that reversal turns Orwell's warning on its head. Happy ending. Adding to the controversy is the film's optimistic conclusion. In Orwell's novel, the animals ultimately fail, the pigs become indistinguishable from the humans, and the revolution is revealed as a tragic cycle of power and betrayal. In contrast, the new adaptation ends with animals overthrowing the pigs and planning a brighter future together. Andy Serkis addressed this challenge while speaking at the Agency International Animation Film Festival, explaining, "We wanted some hope. Then make a different movie, you dumbass." Serkis also framed the adaptation as timely, stating, "Orwell's Animal Farm has never felt more relevant. In an age where power, propaganda, and inequality shape our societies, it's vital that we remember his cautionary tale. Remember, the most insidious lie has a kernel of the truth in it." Critics argue that by offering hope where Orwell deliberately provided none, the film neutralizes the novel's central lesson. That power once seized is rarely surrendered voluntarily. Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. The backlash surrounding animal farms and capitalism fits neatly into a broader pattern. Over the past decade, Hollywood has repeatedly reinterpreted classic stories through a modern ideological lens, often simplifying complex political critiques into safe, crowd-pleasing morality tales. In this case, the film's tone leans heavily towards comedy, featuring jokes, slapstick humor, and futuristic visuals like drones and luxury vehicles. For fans of Orwell's dense political satire, the result feels less like an adaptation and more like delusion. One online critic summarized the frustration bluntly, describing the film as a goofy kids movie built from a novel about oppression, propaganda, and historical tragedy. Hey, I'm looking for the Pixar Diary of Anne Frank. Yeah. The outrage is not just about nostalgia or purism. Orwell's work endures precisely because it forces readers to confront uncomfortable truths about power, ideology, and human nature. By redirecting blame towards capitalism and softening the consequences, critics argue the adaptation risks teaching the opposite lesson. For many viewers, Animal Farm is not meant to reassure, it's meant to disturb. So this is no longer the actor that I enjoyed playing Gollum and Caesar and so many other beloved motion capture characters. He's now pushing communism through Hollywood, and I will not be supporting him. I will not be seeing any more movies with Andy Serkis. Period. This is too crucial to the future of our culture and our country. I refuse to repeat the past. I know too much. The animated film is currently scheduled for theatrical release in May of 2026. Whether audiences embrace this reinterpretation or reject it outright remains to be seen. This Animal Farm adaptation is about far more than cartoon farm. It's about who gets to decide what classic stories are allowed to mean. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Yeah, I need a drink. So I'm going to go to the promos. I want you to see what we got coming up for the week. It's going to take less than 3 minutes. I'm going to get a drink, and then we'll come back to your comments right after this.
You are watching Liquid Lunch, streaming every weekday at noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. Let's sip together.
This week on Last Call presents The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. A young woman fears for her life and asks for Holmes's help when her ill-tempered stepfather moves her into the same room where her sister died under mysterious circumstances. Can Holmes save young Miss Helen Stoner from the Speckled Band? Find out this week on Last Call presents, Tuesday at 9 Central, 10 Eastern.
This Thursday night, Netter sits down with Tom Connors of Midnight's Edge, and specific to this conversation, Midnight's Edge After Dark. They'll talk about certain YouTube chicanery, what it means for all your favorite YouTube channels, and the future of Midnight's Edge After Dark. Join us for this very special episode this Thursday night at 9 Central, 10 Eastern.
This week on Big Al Presents Films with Friends. The Muppets put their spin on the tale of an elder Christmas-hating miser who is visited by spirits who foretell his future and share secrets from his past and present, which helps change his view on life. Michael Caine and Jim Henson's Muppets star in the Christmas classic, The Muppet Christmas Carol, on Big Al Presents Films with Friends, this Saturday at 9 Central, 10 Eastern.
In a world where nearly all the entertainment is remakes, reboots, and rehashes of older properties, maybe it's worth it to get some commentary from people who experienced it all when it was novel and fresh. Catch Boomer and Pacelli on Geeky Geezers every Sunday night at 8 Central, 9 Eastern.
We now return to our Liquid Lunch.
Jonathan Conroy says, I remember Animal Farm from middle school. This movie is only fan fiction, just like The Witcher. This is why, for years now, so many of your favorite channels have been railing against these reinterpretations of our beloved franchise. And the argument from so many, especially those in the entertainment industry, you fans are just toxic. You can't accept change. Look at all the change that's happened to Superman over the past 60 years and blah, 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 and this and that. And Batman used to carry a gun and all this stuff. Again, the most insidious lie has a kernel of the truth in it. There is a difference between the change between an infant and a teenager and an adult, right? And once an adult, gets his footing, understands life, and has a bit of wisdom, that's where the difference is, right? I'm not making a good analogy. I think some of the older among us understand what I'm getting at. But the point is that this isn't just about comic book characters and space wizards and demigods that travel through time in a phone booth. This is about stories that shape the monoculture, that shape society, what it means to be an American or whatever country you come from. Society in general, humanity, right? And you have people that are actively trying to pervert that. And you see this, they change Superman, they change Doctor Who, Star Trek, all these hopeful visions of what you can be, what the future can be. And they go, no, you don't want those things. You want these things, And now they're coming after literal philosophical books and turning them on their heads, and saying, no, it's not communism that's bad, it's capitalism. And then they literally flip the script on the story. Let me tell you, my friends, they've been trying to do the same thing to the Bible for 2,000 years. And some churches are actively doing it. When you go past your Unitarian church and you see the rainbow flag out in front, they've given in to what their itching ears want to hear. Their doctrine is fallacious and created by men. Only did he's talking about doing movie reviews. That was Tron Aries. That's again, this is how they get you, right? They take your franchise name, something you love, they slap a name on it, they give it to you, and you go and give them money, because it's got the name on it that you love, right? I have to like it. I have to, right? Jonathan Conroy says communism fails when they run out of other people's money. They don't run out of other people's money, unfortunately, because you will always have somebody who goes, wait, this is another Star Wars movie. I got to give it money because I'm a Star Wars fan. Oh, wait. I love these Lord of the Rings books. I got to subscribe to this streaming service to watch their series about this. This is why I have nothing but derision that for people that just keep throwing money at these companies because, oh, look, I love this thing. I must support it. People. It's strange that Angel Studios accepted this movie. They're very anti-communist and pro-American capitalism. They have a whole kids show, the Turtle Twins, that's all about that. Are you saying that this Animal Farm is going to be appearing on Angel Studios? Is that what you're saying, Samuel Proctor? I'm not following you. I can see this movie flopping big time, but then again, it comes down to the families. Yeah, unfortunately, they used to talk about the useful idiots. And unfortunately, you have a bunch of parents out there who don't even know what Animal Farm is or what it means because they didn't read the book in school, even when it was assigned to them. They didn't get the message. And in their ignorance, they go, oh, look, another cartoon show for kids. I'll bring my kids to see it. Oh, this seems like a happy family film. Communism, yeah, I had mentioned that before. Oh, thank you for the baker's dozen of months of support, Pops. Thank you so much. Super appreciate that. And he has gifted a membership too. Thank you so much, my friend. That went to Long Brain TV. I'm going to have to check out that channel. Absolutely. And welcome to membership, Long Brain TV. And thank you, Pops, for the support. Speaking of channels that you really should check out Jacen Fawkes of 540 Studios. Yo, he says, welcome, my friend. Always good to see you. PJ of Orville Nation. Hashtag Together We Grow. Thank you so much for being here. And I just brought up the wrong one, but that's okay because I also super appreciate Suzanne. It's good to see you as well. I apologize for bringing up the wrong one. Booger. Yes, but there are way more fans of various franchises than there are fans of communism. I hope so. I do hope so. But again, it's not about, yeah, and that's just it. And those are the useful idiots that they will continue to draw money from. They're not drawing it from fans of communism, or at least they don't think they are. They are fans of these franchises, these dead ghost franchises, right? It's like driving by an old girlfriend's house. Look, she's not into you. She's moved on. Stop it, right? Driving past where your favorite restaurant used to be, and now it's, a nail salon or whatever. You're never going to be able to get your shrimp scampi there again, But people keep going to see Star Wars movies, hoping for Star Wars and getting, McCommunism. But as long as they're dropping the money, they're keeping these dead husks animated. They want us all to consume a product, ask no questions. Consume product, ask no questions, and consume more product. Exactly. And then they berate you if you do ask those questions. Animal Farm was written as a warning, not about the evils of socialism, but because Orwell thought the Soviets had become corrupted. That's socialism. That's literally socialism. Mech Paul, here I are. Late, but here. Late is better than never. And you make it when you can. I understand. Scheduled to be theatrically released in the United States on the 1st of May, 2026 by Angel Studios. Interesting. I'm wondering if Angel Studios didn't realize themselves, or if there's a black hat within Angel Studios looking to corrupt them. I wonder. Thank you so much, Mark. Super appreciate that. Same as putting bad milk in the fridge. Where did I hear that before? Yeah, I use that one. I probably overused that one. Because they love it, and it will be different this time, like a battered fan syndrome. Yeah, that's pretty much right. It'll be different this time. He really does love me. It was my fault that he hit me. It really was. My point is that Orwell was himself a socialist. Unfortunately, he ended up revealing the truth. A lot of times, if you pay attention to what socialists say, they do tend to demonstrate it. Dr. Zhivago, plenty of lesson in there about the corruption of evil and of socialism. Yeah. Socialism is a group monarchy. It is a group of people making all the decisions for the rest of the population. Well, that might be now oversimplifying it, because isn't that what our representative republic is too? This is the problem. Whenever you have a group of elites that and that's whether it's a single king or a republic of lifetime power mongers. It doesn't really matter. Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely, which is why our founding fathers first wanted to diffuse out the power away from one person to a group of people, but also realizing that even that group of people is still a problem. They said there should be a limit, a term limit. Unfortunately, we have a term limit for the president because we saw the president as potentially king-like. We did not do the same thing for the elected officials because there was an assumption that you would go and serve a term or two and then you were done, right? And then you retire. You go back to whatever business. But unfortunately, in their corruption, they found it more profitable to mess around with laws to enrich themselves and their friends and their families rather than running a business themselves. So thankfully today, Tasting History has an uplifting story. Yes, I just, before this video, watched this story about mincemeat pie and a World War II story very similar to a World War I story about a Christmas detente in the battlefield. German and American soldiers coming together for a brief respite from the war at Christmas time. We should have term limits on all levels of government. I absolutely agree. Because the original philosophy for our country was that it was a civil service. You were not supposed to be enriched in any way by serving your country. You were doing it. And for those communists out there, this self-sacrificing for the betterment of all concept was what service to the country was supposed to be. You were losing out on 4 years as a businessman or doing the job that usually makes you money to go do something for the benefit of your country and your fellow man. Leave your mark and then leave to go back to your farm, your business, whatever it was. But when you realize that you can alter the laws to improve your business and improve your stock portfolio, maybe I'll just stay here and keep investing in the stock market and watching my money grow. I don't really have to work, Yes, the Christmas truce. Sabaton was a cool metal song about it. Paul McCartney used it for the video Pipes of Peace. Yeah, it's a famous story, and it's absolutely true. And I don't think we're ever going to see anything like that again, because during World War I and World War II, you had countries that were fighting that were predominantly Christian, and had, again, this is where peace comes from, right? Having a shared culture, having shared beliefs and concepts. It's real hard for young men who believe in peace, who believe in Christ, who believe in Christmas, to kill each other for governments because their government said they should, which is exactly why I think there's certain elements in the world that want to divide, that don't want us to have common beliefs, that want to undermine essentially everything, because war is profit for these people. They profit from destruction. That's literally what evil is, why I'm somewhat disgusted by the insider trading. I find it a bit anti-capitalist to ban stock trading among the elected class. Well, so remember what I said about absolute power corrupts, right? Or power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely, right? And the same is true with absolute freedom. Absolute freedom doesn't, isn't fair. It's not. It means the rich will get richer and the poor will get poorer. This is why we don't have absolute laissez-faire capitalism, because we realize that when that happens, you end up with these monopolies, so that one person can own everything and no one else can ever own anything in that industry. If you own the railways, if you own the steel companies, and then you start buying up all the cattle markets, how does anyone else make any money? How can anyone else be an entrepreneur? How can anyone else compete with you? Now there is no competition. And now you can put out cheap crap that's going to fall apart. And who can say otherwise? Where are they going to go? Who else can they go to? Now you can set the price and make it as expensive as possible, So that's why there has to capitalism. What was it that what's the saying? Capitalism is what is the worst economic philosophy other than all the other ones. Oh no, maybe that was about democracy. Democracy is the worst form of government, except for all the other ones. It's the least bad. So capitalism is good because it primes the pumps. It gives everyone an opportunity, but you have to make sure that people continue to have that opportunity, that no one person and one small group gets to hoard it all. Now, you could argue that sounds a lot like communism, but there is a balance to be struck. Right or left, you go far enough right or far enough left, and it ceases to be what it was, and it becomes something very, very bad. Somewhere in the middle is oftentimes where you need to be. That's where the truth lies, by and large. So anyway, tonight is Tuesday. Tonight is Sherlock Holmes night, the Speckled Band. Again, before that, though, at 6 o'clock, I will be hanging out with Real Wade Nation Gaming Clips. He'll be playing some games. We'll be chit-chatting. Yeah, I'm pretty disappointed with Angel Studios there, Wade. I had no idea this was Angel Studios. That's very disconcerting. So yeah. And again, make sure you tune in on Thursday to hear directly from Tom Connors about the situation with YouTube and their demonetization of Midnight's Edge After Dark. I hear people say that we're in the middle of a culture war. And I can't help but agree. It really does feel that way. So guys, as I talk about, hey, support the YouTube channels you watch and enjoy so we can continue to bring you this content, I also want you to think about where you're spending your money and who you really are supporting. Are you supporting people that are providing good, thoughtful content and giving you a voice to share your thoughts and ideas? Or are you supporting the people that are literally undermining our way of life and look to take away your voice? I'm just asking you to think about it, guys. So anyway, everyone, you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Hope to see you over on Real Wade Nation Gaming in about 5 hours or so. And you guys take care of yourselves. Stay healthy. Stay hydrated. Drink responsibly. And I hope to see you on the next one. Take care, everyone.
Goodbye. Hope to see you again real soon.
Here's to the daylight, the drinks and the fun, our liquid lunch, till the next one comes. With a wink and a smile, we'll be back real soon, chasing that jazz under the high noon.